on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here, and we're jumping into the next node now. We have finished off node 8, or excuse me, node 7 the last day, and we've got 8 next here now. This is a pretty it's a pretty gruesome one as well, because we have got lots of AoE in this. But yeah, last day we had pieced together Hela, Thanos, Minerva with Proxima in this one. Same team I use for Dark Dimension 3 as well. So again, if you guys are trying to make sure you're making careful decisions with leveling certain characters up, choose these ones because they are part of the current meta, and most people will have a lot of these guys already leveled up as Guardians, or they've got either the Black Order team, and then of course Minerva is just Minerva. But as I was saying earlier, you guys will see here as we kind of play through it, lots of AoE, and it is a long one, but it is a bit easier, I think, in terms of I found that it was easier than Node 7, so I don't know if that was just me. But Thanos to the left, we spaced apart Hela apart from him, so this is a little bit different configuration. If you guys want to check out the stats, I'll have the links to my first video for Node 7, so you guys can check out the red stars and the yellows on the characters, so you guys know what I'm using here. But we're gonna jump in here, and we'll hopefully get this done, so I can show you guys how we can do this and figure it out in one shot. This. So as you kind of start the node off here, a couple things. Vision's going to keep using his AoE, so that's nice because it's going to hit Greg. So that's really nice for us. What you want to do first is you want to make sure you can get the offense down on Raccoon, because he's going to be dangerous if he can ult. Other thing, just like I guess no pun intended, but other thing is thing in this one is if you use Greg, he will get counterattacked if he hits Thing. So make sure you guys are doing that. If he doesn't have his explosion or his suicide bomb, attack Thing with his single target, and it should hopefully take out, it should hopefully kill himself, and then in that process get that speed reduction, and of course the heals as well for for Hela. And then because of the death, you'll also get the Minerva heals as well here, which is nice. So we're gonna stun Raccoon here. We're not gonna take any chances. And again, we have Thanos here, big and strong for us, so that's why we are maximizing his taunt there. Lots of people have been saying Silver Surfer is a nice addition as well, so if you have him instead of Thanos, probably wouldn't be a bad mix either. But again, it just depends on if you guys have actually got him unlocked. I know right now he's available if you guys purchase the packages, the offers. But unfortunately, yeah, he is going to cost a bit of money, and right now he's not exactly the most accessible right now. So even if you did get him unlocked, still going to take a bit to get the resources going, the yellows, and the upgrades, of course, right? So it's going to be a slow process for sure. Anyways, so as you can see here, Thing didn't kill Greg. So sometimes he doesn't, but for the most part he will. And the important thing here is making sure you keep Vision alive. He's going to keep doing that AoE attack, and that's going to give us that extra reduction in speed because it is killing off Greg. Greg is a key component in trying to get this done in one shot here. Same thing in Dark Dimension 3. So just making sure you guys can kind of keep him, keep Vision around so he does the AoE, and then Thing also hits back if you attack him as well, just because of his passive, I believe. But yeah, anyways, let's just see here. Yeah, we're gonna keep going after Raccoon. Like I said, you want to go after him because of the AoE, and I found that if you leave him alone and he bursts, he can take down quite a bit of characters in one shot. So you want to make sure you can get rid of him first. Luckily for us, Proxima took that nasty ult. So that I also found that if you leave Minerva alone too long and her health is low, they can also one-shot her as well. So just be careful of that. That's why we got Thanos here. He's here for the big meaty taunt. And of course Thing helping us out here as well. Gets us the little extra heal here when Greg dies. We'll revive Proxima, get the offense down going when we get it. For some reason I thought we were going to have it there, but I guess not. And then you also want to make sure you can disrupt Colossus as well, because his taunt can be annoying. But yeah, Star-Lord's not too much of a threat because usually he just blinds, and for the most part doesn't really hurt too much. But yeah, it's just when he ults that kind of takes a bit of a punch. So Yeah, and I think what we'll do is we're going to stun Venom here because of the fact that we want that speed reduction on him. I also like doing that to Venom because he's a slower character, so you can tackle on some debuffs onto him, and then you can also spread what he's got around. So it's kind of nice. It's a nice little extra incentive because he is a slower character. And of course, Greg makes everybody slower, so it adds more to the fact that will keep those debuffs on these guys longer, and then we can respread it if we need to. I also have the barrier on Thanos as well, just to kind of give him that extra little protection because he is not empowered without the rest of the Black Order crew, so it does give him a little bit more cushion, I found, and I find that helps. That helps quite immensely. We'll keep going after Star-Lord here. That takes out 2 of them, double tapping. And then from that point on, we still want to leave Vision alive because he is doing the AoE, so it's helping us out a bit. Again, here, see, AoE, and then you get the little reduction in speed there, which actually does add up quite a bit. It adds up immensely because it adds to the turn meter of Minerva when a character dies. And of course, it also brings heals for Hela, and it also brings regeneration back because of Minerva's passive. So it is a very, very nice synergy they have. So anytime people are always questioning, oh, you know, should you bring Hela? She's expensive. Absolutely bring Hela into Cosmic. I think she, you know, you pay for what you get, and she definitely makes up for it. If you guys had seen my Note 7, and yeah, it was you need her. So, and anytime people are talking about Hela, they always forget that you also got to have Minerva. Minerva works so well synergizing with Hela because of the fact that she gets more turn meter when Greg dies or any character dies. She also revives, so you get that potential double Greg going on, and that's huge. That is huge, especially because we're trying to do this with only 4 characters right now, and if we had 5 characters, this would probably be pretty. It would be, you know, it'd be pretty easy. It'd be a pretty easier task, right? Just because we have that extra character, more damage. More placement, better placement of characters, probably more damage soaking as well, just because we have that extra character, but we don't, and because people are trying to maximize those resources effectively, we have to make sure we can, you know, take control of the board. And what helps is the fact that we got Greg on the board because he's that extra 5th character, sort of, and he always comes back and he doesn't die. So I mean, you know, I always say the same thing. I tell people, Shield Trooper was a terrible character and doesn't even hold a candle next to Greg. He was more of a placeholder, and kind of that's why for Dark Dimension 3, learning lessons is trying to pick careful, powerful characters that you'll use in other game modes. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to beat yourself up saying like, oh my goodness, why did I spend all these resources on a character that's absolutely, you know, it's just, the character is trash. It's straight up trash. Like I still regret putting Shield Trooper to 14. For Dark Dimension 3, and to this day, you know, people have pushed him to tier 15 as well. I've seen other people doing that, and you know, that's great. Just not my cup of tea, and I'm never going to do that again. Anyways, as we kind of get down to the last couple characters here, the Thing, yeah, he might just be careful with him because if you don't have the offense down on him, yeah, you can hit him, but he still does quite a bit of damage because it is Dark Dimension 4. So just keep that in mind. So just be very careful. And if you're hitting her, if you're hitting him with Minerva as well, you know, just be careful because there's a very good chance he can also take out Minerva. The next wave isn't too bad, but it is a bit more complicated because we don't have that nice Vision AoEing anymore, and we don't have Thing either. So that kind of sucks a little bit, but there is some positives. The positive here is the fact that we can stun Falcon. So make sure you stun him ASAP because otherwise he's going to bring speed to everybody, and you don't want that. And then we have Carnage, which is also kind of annoying in the fact that every time Greg dies, they get that extra turn, or excuse me, Carnage gets that extra speed. And that really sucks because that means he gets more turns in. So you want to make sure you can contain Falcon, and then once you can contain Falcon, you want to make sure you can switch your target basically over to. You want to focus your attention to basically Carnage, because you leave him alone, he's gonna start wrecking havoc on your guys' other characters. So make sure you're doing that. We do have Falcon under control here now, so that's great. Like I said already, I wouldn't say this wave is harder. It's just a little bit different because we don't have that AOE from we don't have that AOE coming in from Vision and Thing, so it is a little bit more strategic in that sense. On the plus side though, we have 2 Gregs, which is actually good for us because it gives us a little bit more options in terms of that speed regression, and it gives us more turn in, more heals. So I lucked out there, but it's not impossible if you don't have the 2 Gregs. It's just, it'll make things easier, and I would say that it's going to help immensely if you guys can get that second Greg. That's kind of why I put Thanos closest to Minerva, or excuse me, to Hela, because that way if she's low, I'll try to taunt, and then maybe she can get some little splash damage there. And if she gets killed, great. Nice thing here too is we have a lot of characters that aren't crazy damage dealers, so that's the positive on this wave. We have Hawkeye. Yeah, he blinds, but you know, overall his damage is pretty meh. And same with Luke Cage. He's slow. He does a defense up and a taunt, which doesn't really amount to damage. So that is the nice thing. And then once you take out a couple characters, there's gonna be another wave that drops 2 Daredevils and a Hawkeye, as you guys can see on the map here, and it's not too bad as well. Nice thing with the Daredevils here is once you guys will see, once he gets the counterattack, he's gonna bring the counterattack to all the city characters. So that's gonna be to Luke Cage, Double D, and then of course Jessica Jones. And then that's actually kind of nice because if they have the counterattack, you can use Greg, and Greg can take advantage of the counter attack, and then it you know, cancels them out, and then obviously we get the heals and the turn reduction once more. So we're not gonna miss our chance there. We're gonna obviously spread these debuffs off because of the defense down, bleeds, slows, etc. And it just helps us out here. We're gonna offense down. Always keep an eye on Daredevil. He does a lot of damage on his own, so you want to make sure you can offense down him if he's not offense down already from the spreading of the debuffs. Hopefully we can get to Thanos' turn so he can heal up. We're gonna save the heal here right now because I have a feeling. Oh, he just got the heal block. Okay, that changes our perception of things. And again, like I said, focus on Carnage, because if you just start letting him attack, it's just gonna get crazy. So make sure you can get rid of him ASAP. There, we're gonna blow him up. That should hopefully cancel him. No, still got some bleeds left. Okay, odd. All right, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, so that's done. So we'll get some energy regeneration there. We're gonna blow up Jessica Jones. She's probably the next one that I would go for, just because she can rip the taunts off of Thanos. So that's never fun for us. We're gonna disrupt Luke Cage. We never want somebody taunting. I would yeah, find a target, and I would say throw the offense down. You might get a couple of counterattacks back from that hit. So we got some offense downs now to at least a couple of targets. And then, of course, we'll blow Jessica Jones up, get that speed reduction. We'll do the taunt here because... or not the taunt, we'll do the attack, sorry. Because it's blinded. Yeah, so she's blinded as well, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now, yeah, like I said already, the next wave after this one isn't as bad, is going to be a little bit more challenging, as you guys will see here, but we'll tackle that on here. What you want to do is you want to keep focusing on, I'm just trying to remember here, I don't remember if you have to take out this entire wave before the next wave drops. I believe that's the case. You take out everybody first, but yeah, like I said, start with Jessica Jones, and luckily for us, they don't have a ton of damage. JJ does quite a bit of the energy regeneration and the taunt ripping, so that's the biggest problem with her, and that's why we want to take her out ASAP here. And again, if there's a counterattack, use Greg. As you guys will see here, it's pretty straightforward for the most part. Once you can kind of get that rhythm in there, she kills Greg off. Great, get that speed reduction there. I think we're going to throw a heal here, or we might get some counterattacks back just because we do some counters. We do have some counters on the board. So that kind of mitigates a little bit of damage. But the important thing here is the fact that Thanos is taunting and protecting everybody. So that's what we want. We got JJ down now, so that's great. And again, we maximized using the debuffs on Venom because he is slow. So stun him. If you guys don't have anybody to stun, you can stun him. Also, what's important is if Daredevil is becoming a problem and he's kind of harassing you guys a bit, or if you're kind of getting messed around by his DPS, yeah, stunning him is not a bad idea either. But we're going with Venom because I don't like the heal blocks, and if he lands the heal blocks, it can be quite annoying because yeah, we need those heals, fueling from Greg and Minerva, and of course, yeah, I know Minerva's ultimate can also bypass the heals, but it just helps with the healing, and we gotta maintain the healing if we want to make sure we can do this node correctly. So again, there we got some counterattack backs, kill off the Greg. But yeah, everybody always forgets. People are always trying to focus on Hela, and they say, "Oh, she's so good. You got to make sure you level her up to tier 15." Yeah, she is really good. Nobody ever talks about how good Minerva is. They think, "Oh, she heals. She does the revive. That's why you got to have her for Dark Dimension 2, Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4, etc." But I think everybody also forgets the fact that when she does her heal, she also rips, like, I forget the exact percentage, but 12% or 15% of their health, which, I mean, in this case, it's a ton of damage, and it's a lot of damage that they're dealing to these guys. Like, it's ridiculous how much damage it does, especially because these guys have massive health pools. Like, you want to make sure you can have her in the party here in the cosmic nodes, because yeah, she does a ton of damage. Let me just check here. Yeah, 15% of the character's max health, or is that right? 50%. Let's see. Yeah, 15% heal stealing basically. So you want to make sure you can add her and get her in, because yeah, this is just nuts, right? It's an absolutely crazy character to have for this game mode, and you want to make sure you can have her in your party. Plus, she's good in so many game modes as well. But I know that a lot of people always forget about her, and Black Order, I think, is pretty much, people are gonna have them leveled up because Black Order is Black Order. But a lot of people always forget about Minerva, and she's also tech. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be expensive because a lot of people will probably bring up Ghost, Doc Ock, and maybe Mercenary Lieutenant for the city nodes. So yeah, I mean, yeah, she's gonna be costly because she is a tech, but she's worth it, and that 15% health drain is an absolute it's a killer. It's a killer. Like, that's a ton of damage. I don't know of any, like, if you count every character on the board and they get knocked down 15% health, I don't know if anybody does more damage than that. That's crazy, especially because these Dark Dimension 4 guys have a ton of health. So next wave, again, same dealio. We have very similar characters, which makes our job a little easy because of the fact that we already know kind of what to expect. So same thing here. We're gonna go for Falcon again because we want to make sure he's not giving that extra speed to everybody on his team, and we're gonna make sure we can stun him first, get the slow going, and then of course we can go to Hela, which is great. Lots of I know there's been lots of controversies too, as what, Hela's expensive, so should we wait for Silver Surfer and bring up Silver Surfer? And Silver Surfer is a great character. I don't have him unlocked just yet, but he is a great character and nothing wrong with him there. But just what Hela brings to Dark Dimension 4 is the fact that she can spread these debuffs. She's got Greg. She can add disruption, and for sure, Silver Surfer as a standalone character, I don't think anybody even holds a candle to him. Maybe Doom, maybe. But even then, if it's one-on-one, ooh, I don't know. If Doom doesn't have his Doom bots, I don't know. Like, if it's a one-on-one, it'd be hard to say who's a better character between those two. But with Silver Surfer, speeding up and the heals and all that stuff, like, yeah, he's a great character. But in terms of team play, Hela's probably got him beat in that regards. Although I gotta say, Silver Surfer is a cheaper character to bring up to tier 15. He's only a 72 material of the mini uniques, or miniature uniques, whatever people are calling them. whereas Hela is, you know, maxed out, right? She's like 90-90. You pretty much need all the pieces, which kind of sucks because yeah, she is pricey. And then of course, you also need to bring her up to tier 14 as well, which means it's another ton of materials. So she's an expensive character for sure, but I think for she's worth every penny. And you know, as you guys can see here, we're not having too many issues. We have Greg. You know, he plays a big part in these nodes because of the fact that he has that speed reduction and he can give us that opportunity to one-shot these nodes. Otherwise, I don't know if it's doable without Hela. I've seen other people running different teams as well, like Mordu with Doctor Strange or the Dad Bros, and again, they work just fine. But every key component of those teams always include Minerva and Hela, which obviously makes sense because they form a lot of that synergy and that turn reduction, and they got the revives and the heals. So I can kind of see why they're always that key part. Thanos is he's a good character. I don't know if he's amazing for Dark Dimension 4, but I would say if I had to lose one of these characters, Thanos would probably be my choice. Yeah, he does bring the taunts and it does help out, but really, I mean, his damage is pretty mediocre. And for the most part, if the AI, you know, is targeting Greg, because for some reason they seem to like targeting Greg, which is great for us, we don't really need Thanos in the mix there. So there's that. Anyways, as you guys see here, just a ton of debuffs, and I'm not really sure if you know, if I had to take one character out, it'd probably be Thanos, and you could maybe slot in Silver Surfer then in place of Thanos. But I'd say right now, this is a good team. This is a good team if you don't have Silver Surfer unlocked, or if you don't have him in the game just yet, or you know, there might be other characters by the time, you know, when you get into Dark Dimension 4. Just like how in Dark Dimension 3, I think I was rolling through it with Loki, Hela, and Mordu, and I forget who else I had in there. But yeah, obviously characters will always change, and then they bring in Ebony Maw, and he was an absolute game changer for Dark Dimension 3. So anyways, we can't use Ebony Maw on these nodes, so we gotta be crafty. And luckily for us, this is a very similar team to what we used in Dark Dimension 3. So this actually works out quite well because it's a good team. It's a good team. People also forget how good Proxima is as well. She is such a good character because she stuns, and she also throws the offense down for 2 turns, which is just phenomenal. 50% reduction in damage. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. And then of course we have the Hela spreading those slows and debuffs and doing all that good stuff for us. So putting in the work, and Proxima is really fast as well. So I should mention that she's one of the fastest characters in the game. That makes that, you know, it's just a nice added bonus, right? She's a really fast character, which is awesome. So anyways, as you guys see here, as strong as Minerva is, she gets more turn because Greg dies, and then she just gets that turn filled so fast, and it helps because it means she can revive more, she can heal more, or do the drain heal, whatever you want to call it, her ult. And it just helps. Love watching that speed reduction. Just amazing stuff. We do have the offense down again. So again, just looking for anybody that doesn't have it and just shoot it. And let's see. Yeah, we're going to heal up here. Oh, and I guess I should have mentioned Proxima is also really nice because she also removes buffs. So lots of characters on this team don't really have that added bonus, so it's also nice you can rip off 2 positives, which is really annoying because if you didn't have her doing that, you would basically have to put you'd have to change their ISO 8s or something, so that way it can accommodate changing those or removing debuffs, or they have the vulnerability so they can remove it. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of tough. She is definitely nice. She's also fast, so it also adds to that where you need someone quickly taking off that taunt or that debuff or the defense up for the extra damage. And yeah, and as you guys see here, every time Greg dies, like, look at all the heals coming in. It's just awesome stuff. We're gonna spread the offense down because that's more important than waiting around for some debuffs. And at this point in time, we have we're getting close to the next wave here. I believe, yeah, we wipe out this one, and then the last wave will drop, which is it's not a bad wave either. I think the first wave is probably the hardest one, just because we get that onslaught of the thing and vision. And just trying to remember here, I think the last wave actually has 2 things. I don't have the MSF website in front of me right now, but if I recall correctly, yeah, it should be 2 things or something like that, which is nice because it means we can take advantage of their passive, and it helps Greg do his job even better. So I mean, he's such a great character for these cosmic nodes, and it's nice. It's very nice to Scopely. I don't know if this was intended, but by putting Thing in the in this node, it gives us a very nice advantage because of the fact that he can hit back, and it allows us to maximize on the turn reduction there. Like look at all these debuffs on Venom. Holy cow! We're keeping Vision alive because he just keeps AoEing, so it helps us out. We get that turn reduction there. And at this point, I mean, yeah, you can just auto attack, and helps us out, right? Okay. And yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy. I think the hard part is actually just getting yourself oriented to the node, and kind of just hopefully obviously, as you guys can see here, I had some pretty good RNG. Hella went down early, and then she got the double Greg going, and double Greg is awesome because that means that we're getting twice the amount of reduction in turn every time they die. So double Vision, double Thing. So again, that's nice. That's beautiful stuff. That's beautiful stuff for us. Pyro, or Human Torch, excuse me. Watch out for this one, guys. We gotta make sure we focus on him first, because he is dangerous if you leave him alone. Just like the previous Dark Dimension 3 nodes, you leave him alone, he's gonna get that offense up. He's gonna go into his Pyro form, and he's gonna AoE and burst everything down. So you want to make sure you can get rid of him ASAP. So that's why, as you guys see here, we're gonna burst him down and do our job. Yeah, we got the offense down, the speed down. Of course, we are going to spread that out to the other guys. That just makes sense to me. We have to take advantage of that. And of course, we want to make sure we can maximize on taking them out early. You leave him alone, he can be a huge problem. Other than that, I mean, take him out, and then you can have your pick of the litter there with Jessica Jones, Daredevil, or the Visions. I would leave Vision alone, just because he dodges quite a bit as well. But he's got the AoE, he's got a little bit of the hits there, and most likely if he's AoEing, he'll take out one of the Gregs or a couple of them, and it helps us out. So that's probably where I would say Thanos shines the most, is when there's a problem character like Human Torch, and you need that taunt there to take that damage off of Minerva, because the moment they focus Minerva and take her out, it's game over for us. So that's kind of the reason why I love Thanos, and I had to sort of basically recopy my team I used Dark Dimension 3, because yeah, it was a solid team, and I noticed that Thanos played a very big role. Obviously, it was a lot more effective because we had Ebony Maw in the Dark Dimension 3 ones. But for this one, obviously, we don't have that luxury. So it's still nice that we can have access to at least Thanos. And like I said, I got the barrier ISO on him, so that way he gets a little bit of extra grit, I guess, extra sponge of damage or absorption, what you want to call it. And it helps us out quite a bit, because yeah, he is a bit more. He is a little bit more flammable, more breakable, because he's not as bulky, and he doesn't really have the defense up, or the offense down. I guess we can get from Proxima. But yeah, as you guys see here, boom, Thing helping us out again, getting those heals in for Thanos. Thank you very much. Again, got the nice little AoE there from Vision. Yeah, sometimes he'll ability block as well, so that might be the only bad thing. If he ability blocks Minerva and you don't have the taunt going, and then you know, you need to heal, that actually might become a problem. Luckily, we do have a 7 red on the Thanos because we had upgraded it, and that's kind of where it gives us maybe that extra resistance to the ability block. But yeah, as you guys see here, we're ready to go. We're gonna do one more revive. So yeah, by no means it's not a easy node, but for sure, by being very patient and very careful with your characters and who you're targeting, definitely helps you guys out. Pop by the msf.gg website as well. If you go into their maps, you can see what characters are next. It helps out. I know Dutch Rudder. Don't have the link with me right now, but he's also got a nice little schematic too, and he's got a little Excel sheet of all the enemies, and that's what I've found that people have been recommending to me. So I haven't really had a chance to have a look at it, but it's very nice that he always does that. So his channel's great too, guys. Just whatever resources you can take advantage of to help you guys out with these nodes. I mean, it's all winner in my opinion. We'll spread those off before Daredevil goes down, so we can take advantage of that. And from that point on, I mean, I'd leave Thing last, just because, like I said already, he does pack a punch, so you want to make sure you're only using Greg's to hit him, so that way he's probably just bleeding himself out. But yeah, you don't want to attack him normally, because yeah, he does pack quite a bit of a punch, and you know, he's a decent character, especially if there's some Fantastic Four characters with him. So right there, look at that AoE blocked 3 of our characters, which is yeah, so it can be a problem if it hits Minerva, but luckily for us, the ability block doesn't last long, and thanks to the Gregs on the board, even if Minerva had an ability block, it won't really last too long. And if they're still targeting Greg as well, yeah, it won't take much. It'll just be like a quick little turn, and then boom, it's already Minerva's turn when they die, and then you can probably pretty much take out the other guys. We're gonna stun one of the things because I know that for a fact that it'll help us out in terms of little bitty damage mitigation there. We'll take care of vision. Hopefully that takes care of it. We're gonna taunt here because we just want to be careful. We don't want Thing one-shotting one of our characters, so that's why we're being careful here. That's why we got that going on there. And then from that point on, yeah, take Thing out when he's stunned, because he won't hit back. So that's what you want to do. Boom. We'll just explode here, get the bleeds going. I mean, he's probably dead already, but yeah, the bleeds help. The bleeds really help. So he's gonna get a little bit of counterattack. And then at this point, yeah, we're trying to prepare for Cosmic Node 9. So just make sure you're not using any of your abilities. It looks a little crazy because we're gonna have like a ton of Gravitons and a Scientist Supreme, and I think there's a Taskmaster and Zemo in there as well, based on what I can see here on the charts. So it's gonna be a crazy one as well, but luckily we got this one done pretty easy. And yeah, as you saw there, Thing did attack Minerva, but I believe she had some deflect, so that was nice to kind of absorb a little bit of that damage. So there you guys have it. So Thanos gets the extra energy from the kill. And that's it, guys. That's it. That is node number 8. And as you guys see there, we got the rewards. And yeah, that's all she wrote, guys. Okay. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. We'll take a look at the next one next time. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, stay safe, stay warm, and as always, guys, happy gaming.